Hi there, grade 11s. Now that you've completed your floor plan and your elevations, both the east and the north, presented here on my page, and you have your title bar here on your side. You now are going to proceed with the next drawing, of which that is going to be a detail section. The PAT requires of you to do a detail section through a window. And you are going to choose any window in your floor plan here, and you are going to use your set square and your T-square. If your windows are on these walls here, and you're going to find a particular window, and in my case I'm going to use this window as my window where I'm going to draw my cutting line. So I'm going to cut through that window there, right through the wall, right through the foundation. I'm going to stand on this side here, which basically means that my arrows will be on my cutting plane like that, indicating that I'm standing over here. So there is my cut section. This is to a scale of 1:100. I'm going to take a photo of this cut section here now, and I'm going to zoom in on it using a scale of 1:20. Now, just before we go into the actual drawing, let me give you a brief explanation of what the detail drawing is going to be looking like once you've cut through that section. Keep in mind that you may use your own dimensions for this particular drawing. There are no prescribed dimensions, but as a guideline I will use some dimensions which you can use. So here I'm going to start with my foundation, and my foundation is going to be like that there. Just to keep in mind that the real measurements would be from here to there will be 600, and from here to there will be 200. The scale that you are going to be using here is a scale of 1:20. So all of these dimensions will have to be scaled down by 20. So if you scale that down, it's going to give you 10 millimeters. And if you scale that down, it's going to give you 30. So that's going to be 30 by 10. Of course, you're going to use the symbol of the dots and the triangles to indicate that that is concrete. Then you're going to find the center, which is there, which is 15. You're going to measure 220, which is the thickness of the wall. Scale down. So we'll round it off to 10. So you're going to go 5 millimeters this side and 5 millimeters that side to give you a 10 thickness of the wall. And you're going to project that right up there. The distance from the top of the concrete to the natural ground level is any dimension. In this particular activity, we are going to make use of an 800 distance from here till there, which is your natural ground level, where we're going to draw that line there, and it continues this side. We are going to draw break lines here, and we're going to draw a break line here, so that all these sections can go against the break line, which obviously indicate that it continues. This is going to be the inside of your house. That's going to be the outside of your house. Remember, learners, that if you use this window which I've used, that is the inside, this is the outside. So I'm taking it and I'm placing it like that. If you are going to use any of these windows here, you need to place it in a way that it makes sense. And that would be that things will be swapping around. So this is 800 here from there to your natural ground level. Scale down is going to be 40 millimeters. So from here to there is 40. You're going to have on the inside compacted hardcore, which is going to be 200. So from here, 200 is your compacted hardcore, and that is going to be 10 millimeters. So 200 there, scale down 10 millimeters. Remember, on the outside, you only have the natural ground level. Nothing happens on top of the natural ground level. It's only on the inside of the building which you have your finished floor level. On top of the compacted hardcore, you're going to have a concrete surface bed of 100. So there is going to be your surface bed, and it goes halfway into the wall. That surface bed of 100 divided by 20 is going to give you 5. So you're going to have 5, which means in reality it is 100. And then you will have a 50 millimeter screed on here, which basically scale down to 1.5 millimeters, which is going to be rounded off to 2 millimeters there as your screed. Don't forget to add, while you're at it, the damp-proof course, which runs across here, disallowing water to penetrate through the floor level. Then learners, from the screed up to the height of the ceiling, which is going to be right here, and that ceiling will go right through, and you will extend that line as well until there, is going to be 2 meters 600. 2 meters 600 divided by 20 is going to give you 130, which you measure from here to there. The height of the window from the finished floor plan is going to be 2 meter 100. And then you will draw a line there. On top of that, you are going to have your lintels, which is basically 75, which you will calculate and scale down as 4 millimeters. You're going to divide it in half, and remember, that is concrete as well, dots and triangles. Remember, the drop down from the top of the window to the windowsill can be your own dimension depending on the type of window that you have. In this case, I'm just going to draw a line here, and I'm going to add my 2 lines which represent my window frame. So here we will have a window sill slab of 3 millimeters thick and 10 millimeters long. And then of course you will have this right angle section here, which is the concrete. That is the bonding agent for this piece of slab that serves as a window sill. Then learners, what needs to happen after this is merely the hatching, and I've done some of the hatching already. That is going to be concrete as well, with triangles and dots. You will have on both sides of your wall the symbol for soil, which is below the natural ground level. You will have your lines going up and down at 45 degrees for your compacted hardcore. Your screed, you will just simply color in like that. Your concrete will be here as well, and in this little space over there. Your window frame is a double line here. You are going to have the hatching of 2 lines, gap, 2 lines, gap, 2 lines, gap, 2 lines. And remember, you can add color as well, of which you can do red here for the wall, green for the concrete. You can use yellow for the wooden frame. And then you can use a different color here for the soil. You need to label this drawing as well with NGL for the natural ground level. That's going to be your DPC there. Inside here will be DPC as well. And then your finished floor level on the inside of the building. Let's take this drawing into a more formal format.